Hi everyone, welcome to today's video on Flask. So in today's video, we are going to discuss about Flask. So as you can see right now, I am in Flask documentation and they have mentioned what is Flask. So this is welcome to Flask documentation. What is Flask? Flask is a lightweight WSGI web application framework. It is designed to make getting started quick and easy with the ability to scale up to complex applications. Okay. So it's a web framework that is built on Python that we can use to build our web application frameworks. Okay. And I will explain what does it mean by this WSGI and all. So if we come below, if we click on this get started with installation, if we click on this one, it will come in this page where they have mentioned what all dependencies they have while installing Flask. As you can see, this thing Jinja, Click, Blinker, these things are there that we are going to understand. Okay, and they have also mentioned that how you can create an environment. Okay, for macOS, for Windows, you can follow this documentation, and how to activate it also, they for that also they have given the commands. And then how to install Flask, you just need to run pip install Flask to install Flask. Okay, that's how simple it is. So you can follow this documentation to do your installations and all. And anyways, I am going to show you in this video also, so you can refer this video also for your next implementation. Okay, so let me explain now WSGI. So you can see the full form of WSGI is Web Server Gateway Interface, right? Now this is the Flask app and this is a web server. And let me explain how it works. Let me explain you with an example. Okay, so let's assume that you have a Flask app. So what this app does, so this app is responsible enough to do some image prediction. Okay, you upload an image, and then it will give you a prediction that it is a cat or it is a dog, right? Now what happens when user uploads a image? Okay, when user uploads the image in this Flask app and click on the predict button, then this request, okay, this request will go to the web server and WSJ will process that request. Okay, WSJ will process the request, it will send that to the web server where your ML model resides, and your ML model will generate some prediction ki it is a cat or it is a dog, whatever. Then that response will come back to the Flask app again via WSJ. That's what the job of WSJ here. Okay. Now let me explain you Jinja to template engine. Okay. So what Jinja to template engine does, it helps you to create dynamic HTML pages by embedding Python logic inside HTML. Okay. So simply it allows you to display the ML results dynamically in the front end. Right. So in the last part I have showed you in WSGI, right? When you are sending one image via Flask app and when it was hitting that ML model and it was generating some output, right? So just to show the output in the web UI dynamically that okay, this is the image that you have uploaded and this is a cat. So dynamically to showcase that output in the UI or in the HTML page that you are going to create, so that is done by Jinja template engine. So here you can see in the diagram I have explained, when you are hitting an ML model, it is generating some prediction and that prediction is coming here and it's showing in the HTML page dynamically. So that is what Jinja 2 template does. Now we are in the VS Code right now and let's start the practical aspect of Flask. So already I have mentioned that to run Flask, you have to install Flask. How to install? If I open the terminal here, okay, and if I run that pip install Flask, right? Okay, it is already installed in my environment, but yeah, you need to run this command to install Flask in your environment. Okay, okay, fine. Now let me start the implementation. So to import Flask, how you need to import? You need to import like from Flask import Flask. Okay, I think still there's an issue, so let me run again. Let me install again that pip install Flask. Okay, yeah, I ran this code again to install this one. Fine. Okay, so from Flask import Flask. This is the first import statement that we need to do. So let me comment it also for you. Importing Flask. Okay, then what you need to do, we need to create an app. We need to creating an instance of the Flask class. So we need to create an instance. Okay, so let's type that out. App equal to Flask underscore name. Okay, so we have created our instance of the Flask class. Okay, now what you need to do, need to create a decorator called @. So this is a decorator. Okay, so what this decorator is doing, let me first type this decorator, then I'll explain what it does. So I'm writing a function called pom, and this function is doing return hello world. That is simple. Okay, let me explain now what is this. So I am creating a decorator. Okay, that is app.route. Why it is routing to this root path. Okay, so when it is going to start the UI, right, when it is going to show the first UI, okay, so that first UI is always represent a slash. So if you want to hit, when you hit first time, but the very first time when you hit that UI, you should be able to see something. So that represent the slash. Okay, this is the root one. Okay, and then I am writing a function, that is a home function, and it returns hello world. So that what does it mean? When we are going to see the UI for the very first time, we should be able to see the hello world. That's what simple it means. Okay. Now how to run this code? To run this code, you need to write that if underscore name equal to underscore main. If it's the main file, then only run this app.run. Okay. That's what it is. Okay. That's what the code, the very basic code of the Flask app. Okay, let's run this code. How do you run this code? Again, come back to terminal and write hold on, and write python. What is the py file name? Basic app.py, right? So let's try basic app.py. So this is how you need to run the code. So once I click on enter, you can see the app is running, and you can see that it is running on this localhost. So if I click on this one follow link, if I click on this, you can see hello world is printed. So when it is hitting for the very first time in the UI, the very first thing that will be shown is this hello world. This is how simple it means. But apart from that, we have not added any other routes. So let's go back to our code. Let's add some route. How to add some route? Okay, let me show you. Let me add one route. Is that again? Let me just let me paste the same code. Okay, let's add some route like next. Okay, this is one route I am adding here, and what it will do, what it will return is hello next world. Okay, simple, just for a demo purpose I am showing you. So let's test this thing out. How do you test it? Control C to stop this one which is running right now, then again run the same command python basic app.py. Okay, okay, I forgot to change this name. Let's make it a like next. Okay, I have to, because I was giving the same name, that is why it was not running. So now I'm giving the same name of the function, and let me again try to run this code. First let me clear this thing out. Let's run the same code python basic app.py. It is running. Now if I click on this one, you can see again same thing came hello world. Now if I change the route and if I do like slash next and enter, you can see now in the another route I came on hello next world. Okay, so this is how you can put different routes, okay, to build your dynamic and beautiful web application. Okay, fine. Okay, now I am going to show you some more routes. So let me create like dynamic routes dot py. Okay, now I am going to write another code again. So first let me copy from the basic app.py this two code, because it will be always be the same. Okay, okay, this code is here, right? So now what I am doing here, so okay, let me copy the first one also. Let's keep this one hello world only, the very first route, right? Now now let me create some dynamic how to handle dynamic URLs using URL converters. So I am going to explain how URL converter works here. Okay, so how do you use it? So let me create a route again, that is app.route. Okay, then hold on, yeah, let's keep it next again. Okay, same we have done. Now after next we create another route, and then it will be like username. Okay, I'll explain what is going on, you just keep watching the video. Okay, yeah, so this is the route and this is the route we have here. Now I am doing like define a function next user, let's say next user. Okay, and now what I'm returning, hello the username. Okay, this is I wanted to do. So you can see this is the next route, and after the next route I am passing this one username. Okay, and now I am returning like hello username. And let's write the same code that is there in this code, and let's paste it here. Okay, so this is the code that is running right now. And if I do uh, clear, and if I run python dynamic routes.py, and if I click on enter, right, you can see again it came. And if I click on this follow link, again I am in this page, right? So now if I again click on this next, and then again another route, and what I mentioned the username, you can write your username, anything you want to write you can write here. Let me write my name, or let me write some other name, let's say um, Rohit. Let me type this name. Okay, if you click on enter, here you can see we are getting hello Rohit, right? So this is the URL converters that I want to show you. So this is a dynamic URL, right? So it's completely dynamic now. Whatever you'll put here, if I put anything, let's say put AI. If I click enter, you can see hello AI. So that username actually replaced with the content that we are putting after the next. That is gonna replace here. Okay, that's simple it means. And let me show you another one. Okay, another magic. See, I am putting on logic here, that is debug equal to true. Okay, right? Okay, so now if I run the code again, python python dynamic route.py, if I click on this again, and if I do like again same thing next, then AI, you should be able to see this, right? Okay, fine. Now what I do, now I will add another route. Okay, I'll add another route, like let's do like app dot route. Okay, next, then post id. Okay, so why I'm doing int, because after the next, if you pass anything like post id, and it should be integer type. I am mentioning the data type also here. What kind of data type I want here? It should be, or it must be, integer data type. Okay, fine. Then what I have to do? Again, let's like next post, same next post id, post id. Okay, fine. As you can see, I got some invalid syntax. Why I'm getting it? Because when I am doing debug equal to true, right? So it will automatically update the route. I don't have to stop it again and again. Debug equal to true means it will automatically update the route. Okay, so if I comment this one and if I run this one, Python dynamic routes.py, it is running right now. You can see it, right? Now, if I uncomment this one, you'll see something, right? It's showing dynamic routes by reloading. This debug equal to 2 is responsible enough to update the changes that you are doing in the UI. It will automatically do it. You don't have to stop that Flask code, again do the changes, again run it. You don't have to do anything like that here. Okay, that's what simple how it works. So if I come back to my page again, this is the hello world AI, right? So if I do like next, let's give some integer value 1. You can see it came now post ID as 1. But if I pass like this any text, let's say hello text, see it's coming hello text. It's understanding the okay, what is the data type of it. If it's an integer data type, then only it is hitting this one. Then only it is hitting this post ID one. If it is not at all integer, then it is hitting this one. Okay. Okay. But now if I comment this one, okay, if I comment this one, if I go back to here, and if I again hit something like T, okay, you can see it's coming as a not found. Why it is not found? Because I have commented this one. That means that there's no route for this. There's no route for string values. That is why it is coming like that. But there is a route still available for integer values. So if I go back to the page here again, and if I press like here, let's say 100, see it's coming as a post ID 100. Okay. So this is how it works. So now let me show you some other things also. Let's create a new py file templates flask.py. Okay, fine. Same, we'll do this implementations. These are always be the same that already I mentioned. So I'm copying this one. Okay, fine. Okay. So now few things I want to explain. So apart from Flask, I'm going to import another thing that is a render template. Okay, render template. So I think you can recall, right? I have explained Jinja 2 template. So now that thing is coming in the practical part. So this render template is actually doing that job only of Jinja 2 template. That already I have explained what is Jinja 2 template, right? Okay. So let me show you how it works. So for that, see, for the template we need some HTML code, right? So let's create that HTML code first. So for that I need, see, there is a process always. You need to keep those HTML, CSS, whatever files you have for the UI part, you need to keep them inside a folder. So the folder name is templates. Okay. So you always have to keep a name called templates. You can edit that also, that I'll show you later how you can do that. But in the beginning, very beginning, you assume that you always have to create a folder called templates. And inside that folder, create a HTML file to call index.html. Okay. So this is the HTML file that we have, right? Okay. And let me now create some very basic HTML code. Okay. Okay, so this is the HTML code that we have. So it's a very basic HTML code that we have, right? So if I want to show you how this HTML code looks like, I will click on this go live button. Okay, okay. So this is how it looks like. It's very simple. This is how it looks like. There's no design, nothing is there. Okay. So if I go back to the code here, okay. Okay, so I think you would like to know that how I am doing this one. Okay. Okay, so for that what you have to do, you have to go inside VS Code, into go in the extension part, and then you need to search live server. Okay, so yeah, so this is the live server that you need to keep here installed so that you can utilize the live server here. Okay, so this is the live server, simple. That's what I'm using here to show you how the UI looks like. That's what you have to install, and you have to click on here. Okay, you have to click on go live. It will automatically show you how it looks like. That's what simple it is. Okay, fine. So now, okay, this is the index HTML code that we have. Now let's come back to templates flux.py. So now let me do one thing. Let me add something called let's say, okay, let me do one thing. Let me add something called @app.route. Okay, it's like the route will be, I'm creating a new route, greet. Okay, I'm directly creating a new route called greet, and then I'm passing that URL header here. Okay, that is the name. Okay, I'm passing the name here. After that, I'm creating a function called greet name. Then I'm returning. See, last time what we did something like that only, right? For this part, if you can recall, right? So for this part, what we have done, we kept this one, okay, this username, and then we returned hello username. That's what we did. Now here we are not returning any simple text. We are rendering the complete template, the UI. We are rendering this UI. To render that UI, you need to use this render template. Okay. So what you have to do? You have to do render template. Okay. So inside render template, first of all, you need to pass the HTML file name. That is the index.html. This is here. Now you can see this is the thing, right? So this is how you have to pass. If you want to see, if you want to do likewise, this one I have passed here like this, right? So now if you want to do it inside HTML code, you need to pass inside HTML like this. Okay, inside the HTML you have to pass it like this. Now what I am doing, I am rendering the template index.html, and you know this is the input value name. Okay, I am passing like this, and this is the name value. Okay, if I add something like, let's say, name and let's say passing like age. Okay, just doing like age. Okay, now then I have to pass age also here, age equal to age, and now for that also I need to take the hold on, name equal to name. Okay, and age equal to age, but age we have not passed as of now, right? So what I have to do, I'm creating another route here called age. Let's say it's just for demo purpose. I'm creating another route called age, and it is going to take the age here. Okay, okay, that's simple it is right now. So the code that is ready now for us. Now what I'm doing, I'm running the same code, this one. Okay, okay, fine. Now let me run this. Let's clear all this. Let me just stop this one and clear, and let me run Python. Or let me do one thing, let me add that first route, right? For the first route I am keeping this one only. For the first route I am keeping only the hello world, and then we will use this route to reach out to this index.html. Okay, so okay, so let me run the code now. Python templates flask.py, not okay, templates underscore flask.py. Okay, so this is how it is running right now. If I click on this one, I'm coming here, you can see same thing has happened here. Now what I'm doing, I am passing greet is the route, then I'm passing the name, let's say AI, same name, then I'm passing the age of AI, let's say 1000. And if I hit enter, you can see it's coming like hello AI and age 1000, right? If you come back to our code, you can see here, right? I'm passing the name is coming, I'm passing the age is coming, and likewise we are able to see the UI where this is replacing this name with the input value and the age with the input value. So this is the dynamically showing you in the UI, right? So this is what Jinja template is doing here. Okay, that's simple. So now let me explain you a very good concept of redirect in Flask. That I'll explain what is redirect and URL for. There are two things also there's in Flask that I need to explain. So let me explain you. So first, you can see a new thing here inside the templates folder. We have three new HTML files. This is a landing page UI.html, login page UI.html, and dashboard UI.html. Okay. To make this practical video more fun and exciting, I am going to show you a good demo here. Okay. So this is the landing page UI HTML, and if I click on this go live now, okay, and then I will show you how this landing page UI looks like. First, if I click on go live, you can see I'm here in the page. This is the landing UI.html. Okay, so this is how this HTML page looks like. Okay, this is the simple, and it's like build amazing web app with Flask and Bootstrap. That's simple it is. Okay, this is the landing page. If I click on login page UI and if I show you again how the login page looks like, let's go live. Okay, so this is how the login page look like. Okay, now if I again go back and if I show you how this dashboard UI looks like, don't show again, don't show again. If I do like how dashboard UI looks like, then I'll again click on this go live button. You can see this is the Flux dashboard. This is the dashboard here, how it looks like. Okay, so this is the very basic HTML code, 3 HTML codes that we have. Okay, now let me create a file called uh, demo redirect.py. Okay, that I want to show. So redirect or redirect. Yes, I hope you can see it properly now, right? Okay, fine. So now again, I'll go back to the same code in the these templates and I'll again copy this code. I think till this code it will always be the same as I mentioned and pasting this here. So along with render template, I am going to import few more things. First of all, redirect and URL for. And what this thing will do that you will come to know once I show you the demo. Okay. So first I am going to create my very first route. So route for landing page, because first we will need to show you the landing page. When you are going to land to this page how it looks like, the very first UI that we want to showcase to the user. Then slowly we will go to the other routes also. Okay, so this is the first route. Okay, for the first route I'm going to create a function called landing, maybe. Okay, landing function. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to return render template. Okay, landing page UI. See, the name is landing underscore page underscore UI dot HTML. Same name I have to pass here. Landing underscore page underscore UI dot HTML. Okay, this is the routing for landing page, and same code we can run on here, right? Okay, run. And let me run this code as of now. Python demo redirect.py. And if I click on this one, you can see it has now redirected to as the landing page. This is the very first route. Okay, this is the very first route for our use case. Okay, now let's add some routes here. Okay, so first route is, if I show you inside this landing page UI.html, if I come back to this page, if I come below, you can see there's a route that I have mentioned, right? Go to login. This route is pretty important. That I will explain how and why it is really important, but just let me just explain that. Okay, this is a go to login route. Okay, this will be very useful later, so keep that thing in mind. Okay, so now let me create another route. Let's say maybe app.route login route. Okay, we'll create one login route. Now if I create a function like define login, okay, login function, and I am rendering the template to logging underscore page underscore UI. Okay, so this is the login page route, right? And let me create a dashboard page route also, pasting it here. Let's give it a name like dashboard, uh, dashboard, and let's name it like dashboard. Same, let's keep the same name. If you want, you can give any other name also, but for this demo I'm showing you like this. And the name of the dashboard HTML is dashboard underscore UI.html. Okay, that is dashboard underscore UI.html. Okay, okay, so our code is ready, seems. So let me run the code again and let me see if everything looks okay or not. Demo redirect.py. Run this code now, and I just again click on this one. I'm in this page now. If I change the route called login, I'll be in the login page, and if I change it out to dashboard, I'm in the dashboard page, right? But do you think this is quite good? Like, do you think do we do this way? No, right? We always click on this get started. Like, when always we should click on get started so that a login page should come up. But here when I'm clicking on this get started, you can see it is coming as a not found, right? And when I'm clicking on this get started, what route it is routing? Go to login. But do we have any go to login route? Let's check in our code. No, there is no go to login route. We have a login route, we have a dashboard route, right? So now what do we want? We want to create a go to login route so that it will automatically redirect to the login page when we are going to click on this get started button. When we are going to click on the get started button, it is routing to this go to login page. Okay, in the go to login route, in this go to login route, there is nothing we have mentioned as of now, and now we are going to mention that we will be doing using redirect. Okay, if I come back to the code, okay, and if I add a route for, if I add a route like, let's say app.route, go to login, okay, go to login route, and if I define a function like go to login, okay, go to login, now redirect. Redirect. Redirect where? Where we want to redirect? On which route we want to redirect? We want to redirect to the route called login, because when I am clicking on that get started page or get started button, I want to reach out to the login page, right? That's is my goal as of now. So to reach out to that route, we need to use redirect to redirect us to that route. Now how we do that? URL for is here for that. Now URL for is trying to help us to redirect to that route that we have mentioned before. Okay, and when we are going to hit to this go to login button, it is going to redirect us to the login page. And where we have defined this go to login page, if we come back to landing page UI HTML code again, here you can see there is a href. This is the reference, okay, that we have passed, which route it has to move. Okay, so this is the route where it has to move. That is why we have mentioned go to login. Okay, see, if I keep anything like go to log something like this, then also in the code also have to change our go to log, because there is nothing called go to login. Okay, so that is why I am doing this. Okay, but if I run this code now, again let's clear all, let's run like python demo derive.py. Okay, now if I click on this one, you can see I'm in this page now. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on this get started. Okay, see, when I click on the get started, now it is redirected us to login route. You can see right here is a login route, right? That's what I wanted to show you as a redirect example. But yeah, I'll show you more of it. It's not a ending here. Okay, let me show you more routes. Okay, okay, fine. I think this is cool, right? Okay, now if I go back to the UI again, and can you see here, go back to landing page? If I click on back to landing page, can you see again it back me to this page again? Okay, right? So it's when I click on the get started, it is giving me this page. When I'm clicking on back to landing page, it is again coming to this page only. How it is happening? Let me come back to the code again. And if I come back to this landing login page UI, and if I show you, let me just find it where I kept this one. Yeah, can you see in the href I am passing, this is the route back to landing page. So when it is clicking on this back to landing page, on what route it is routing, this is the route. And what we have in the route, this is the route. For this route, we already have the render template landing page UI HTML. So now using this href only, it is trying to go back to the landing page UI, because this is the very first route that we have already mentioned inside this href. Okay, I hope you understand. Okay, so now let's do something with this dashboard UI. Okay, let's do something with the dashboard UI. So if I go back to the code, go back to the UI, click on get started. If I put an email ID, let's say genai@gmail.com, let's give any email ID here. I'll have given a random password, and if I click on this login, you can see Now I am directly redirected to dashboard page, right? How it happened if I come? This is the page that we have here, right? Login page UI. And if I go back to login page, you can see, right? When I am going to click on the submit button, when I am going to click on this, when I am going to upload everything, see, this is a label, right? This is the label, email address label, okay? And this is the password. That both thing I have passed there, right? So after passing, then when I click on the submit button, that is a login. Which route it has to go? We have mentioned here, dashboard route, right? So I have put here dashboard route, and you can see in our code also for the dashboard route we have rendered template here in the dashboard underscore UI dot HTML, right? This is the very fast code that here render template dashboard underscore UI dot HTML. So this is why it is rerouting to the dashboard page. But if we go back to this code now, if we go back to this page now, you can see that if I click on this back to landing page, it is not able to find anything. So on what route it is routing? Go to landing. This is the route that we have defined. But there is no go to landing route here, right? In our case. So let's go back to our code and let's add that route, okay? So for that, let me tell you how what to do. So again, let's create a route called app.route. Go to landing, okay? And then we define a function called go to landing, right? Go to landing, then we are redirected to landing page. So I have defined the go to landing here so that it can redirect to the landing page. And also if I show the code also in the dashboard UI, if I come below, you can see in the back to landing page one, we have created a route that is go to landing. So it is hitting this go to landing route only always, okay? Right? Now if I again run the whole code and see the demo, right? If I run the whole code, if I show you the demo, now it's python demo redirect.py. If I run this code and let's click on this one, this is the Flask API. If I click on get started, I'm in the login page. If I put anything like gmail.com, if I put any value, if I click on the login page, I came back to the dashboard page. If I click on this back to landing page, again I'm in the landing page. Again, if I click on get started, again if I click on this back to landing page again we are back came back to the landing page. So again, let me show you. Get started. Put some email ID. Put some passwords. Random password. Click on login. I came to the dashboard page. I hope you people understood how this render template, redirect, everything works. So now let's build one very basic app using Flask, where we will predict the house price using some inputs. Okay. So before that, I have prepared one UI for you, that is housing.html. Okay. And guys, see, you don't have to worry about this HTML codes that I am showing you. Okay. In the company, you don't have to build any one of this UI. Okay. Another UI team will be there who will do this implementations. Okay. So you don't have to do it here. So you don't need to worry about how to write these HTML codes and all. This is not required. Okay. So no need to worry about this one. Fine. Okay, now if I want to show you how this UI looks like, this housing HTML, if I click on this one, and then you can see this is the house price prediction UI looks like. You need to pass some of the square feet values, number of bedrooms, and the age of the house. And when you click on the predict price, it will show you the price of the house. Okay, that is what it is here. So for that, let's create a app.py file and let's write some code here. So let's start with importing Flask. From Flask import Flask. Okay, we need to import request. Why we are importing that, I'll explain. We need to import render template because we are going to render the template. Then we need to install JSONify. Okay, JSONify. Now I will create the instance of the Flask. Okay, this is the instance of the Flask. Then what I do, I create a route, the very first route. Then I create a route called function called home. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to return render template housing.html because my UI name is housing.html. So when I'm gonna hit for the very first time, the landing page will be this housing.html, right? And now let me explain you the get and post method, right? Now get method is used to request data from a specific resource. When you want to request any data from the resource, you will use the get method, and when you use post method, when to send some data to the server to create or update some resource. Okay, that's what this both get and post means, and this is what it is. And now I'm going to explain in a code so that you will understand the use case of it, that okay, on what case you will use get method and or what case you will use post method. Okay, so that when we do the end-to-end project implementation on that part only, you will be able to implement it very easily. So let's go back to our code now. So now let's create a get request example. Okay, I will show you now the get request example. So how, let me write a app.route called status. Okay, okay, fine. So this is the route of the status, and I am creating a function called status, and that is showing status is okay. And to show this output in a JSON format in the UI, we are using here JSONify. That simple it is. Okay, I hope you understood it. And now if I come back here and if I create another route, app.route predict route. Okay, now here I'm passing the method as a post. See, in the status route, what we are doing, what I mentioned, right, in the get method, we try to get some information. So we are getting some information here. The status is okay. Now in the predict, in the post method, we are trying to send some information. Okay, so using the predict method, we are trying to hit to that page or hit to that function so that we can get back the response from that function. Okay, the price of the house here. We are sending some inputs, the square feet, bedrooms, and age of the house, and that we are sending using this route called predict, and that is a post method. I am sending something. Okay, now I'll get a response from them. Okay, so how am I doing it? I'm going to create a function called predict. Okay, so what that predict function will do, okay, let me, this is not what I wanted to do. Okay, so what that predict function wanted to do, let's do like request. I think you can recall I have imported request in the above, right? So this request will take the input request.form.get. What form? If I come back to the housing HTML code, if I come here, you can see, right, this is a form, correct? In this form you can see what is the label for SQFT, right? And this is the SQFT value. And what input type you want? Input type should be number, ID SQFT, and name SQFT. So I want this value to be captured. When I will put that value in the UI, right, I want that to be captured inside this app.py. So for that I have to pass a SQFT to get the SQFT value, the square feet value. Okay, so same I need to do for bedroom, and same I need to do from age. Okay, so this is for bedroom, and for bedroom if I go in the code, so for bedroom we have bedrooms, right? So let's click bedrooms here, and for from age we have age, right? So let's take age here, age and age. Okay, and then how do you predict the price? Predict price. Let's calculate something like SQFT multiplied by 300 plus bedroom multiplied by 5000, let's say. These are static format that I'm writing, guys. Okay, Then I'm gonna do subtraction age multiplied by 1000. Okay, and now I'm going to return the JSONify way that price of the house is this predict price. That's what I wanted to do. That simple it is, right? Now what I am doing, I am doing if name equal to main run app dot run, and let's not pass debug equal to true, let's give whatever it is. And yeah, and this is the code that we have fully, right? So when it is, I am clicking on the predict button, it is going to hit this route and it is going to run this function to calculate the price of the house and show in a JSONify format. So if I stop this one that is running below, if I run python app.py, and if I click on this one, right, if I pass the out, let's say square feet, let's pass any value, 3 bedroom 2 house year is 4, whatever you want to pass you can pass and click on predict price. Okay, so now when I'm clicking on this predict price, you can see nothing is happening. Why nothing is happening? So let's go back to our code and let's see what is the issue. You can see what is the issue. It is saying unsupported operand type str. Okay, so we need to do a change here because it is taking every input as a string format, and in the string format in Python we cannot do any mathematical operation. So for that we need to typecast it. So let's typecast it. Let's make it a float. Let's make this float. Okay, let's make this is in as integer because bedrooms cannot be a float and age also cannot be float, but can be also if you want to do. But yeah, I'm doing it for integer format. Okay, and I think now I have to stop it again. I have to run it again. Okay, run like python app.py again. Again I click on this one. I came here now. Again pass 3 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 2 age, predict price, error in prediction. We are getting some error. So let's see what is the error. Okay. So now let us understand why did we get this error, right? If I go back to the code, you can see it's coming as a 200. So why we are getting the error? So if we come back to this housing HTML code, if we come below at the very end, you can see, right, in this code I am taking if result dot prediction, then only show the result, else show like error in prediction. So in our case, if we see what we are returning price here. So the key is something else. This is price here, but in our case it has to be prediction. So let's change this and make it prediction. Okay, and then if I stop this one, clear it out, let's run this code python app.py. Okay, and now if I click on this one, let's pass some value 3 2 2 and click on predict price. You can see we got the output as a 8,900. So this is the very beautiful implementation that I have showed you, that how you can do using Flask, as well as I have explained how get and post works. And in our upcoming videos, in our upcoming projects, we are going to use Flask only to build this UI and everything, right? So you'll get more and more practice on that part also. So yeah, so this is the what I wanted to explain in one video. So here we have completed the Flask one.